Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Man's Final Steps. Man's Final Steps, a continuing series to those who would be of the 144,000 and multitude mentioned in Revelation 7th and 14th chapter. Today is December 17th, 2013. My name is Symmanayah, and again I welcome you. Let me begin with these words and ask yourself, as I read further, what priorities will you have regarding attire and clothing? Attire and clothing, that is the title of this segment. As end times intensify in the midst of famine, drought, pestilence, and disease, as I mentioned often, I believe chaos, civil unrest, and much turmoil will occur. What priorities will you have during these times? As it relates to attire and clothing, what are we seeing? We are witnessing among brothers and sisters and amongst many so-called perceived set-apart garments with labels being marketed. Individuals divided on whether or not tassels are correct versus fringes. Individuals wearing jewelry or some type of carving about their necks or wrists or on their ears. Embroidery items, iron-on, silkscreen, and other types of imagery on clothing. Provocative and revealing garments. Attempts to mimic priestly garments even. We are witnessing individuals impressed and in some cases envious of those wearing so-called Hebrew garbs. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we are even witnessing displays of arrogance, self-righteousness, and many other erroneous and wicked behaviors due to dressing quote-unquote like a Hebrew or wearing Hebrew garments. Displays of hypocrisy, pushing Hebrew dress per se, but not always wearing Hebrew garments, and many other things. My brothers and sisters, allow me to state, our number one priority is to worship and obey the Most High Father Yahuwah and accept Yahushua as our Mashiach, as our Messiah. We are to acknowledge and build a living relationship with the Almighty Father Yahuwah. We are to grow and get to know the voice of His set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name. Anything that generates distractions from our number one goal should be examined thoroughly, and one should consider coming away from such strongholds. We will discover that attire and clothing will become simple and non-revealing, nothing more, nothing less. There will be a purging of stuff or things which distracts and fuel rebellion and wickedness, which cause envy or jealousy, or which promotes arrogance and self-righteousness. While there are many who will present words trying to justify their embrace of the so-called Hebrew garbs and jewelry, I submit to you, my brothers, humbling events are coming. There will be the obedient amongst the righteous. There will be those led by the Spirit of Yahushua, and they will put these practices to naught. In other words, they will execute right rulings and magnify righteousness, thereby putting error to an end as it regards to attire and dress. Yes, there are those who will be corrected, but there will also be those who will be purged among the ranks of the obedience. In other words, they will be cast out from any type of gathering of the obedience if they fail to comply with what the Spirit of Yahushua is directing. For some reason, we seem to have forgotten the second commandment. We seem to ignore Exodus 20th chapter, verse 4. And it reads as follows: You do not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of that which is in the heavens above, or which is on the earth beneath, or which is in the waters under the earth. Any likeness. So these individuals who say that they're putting up Yahuwah's name on their chests, on their heads, on their garments, whether it be ancient, paleo, whatever the case may be, trying to justify this is wickedness and erroneous. And during these end times, during our refining process, we will come to witness the proof. Many have been overtaken by vanity and blatant disregards to the command given in Exodus 20 chapter, verse 4, individuals have sold themselves into thinking it's okay to have imagery on garments and jewelry. I stated on many occasions, scriptures warn us about being overtaken with good intentions. Good intentions are not always righteous actions, my brothers and sisters. Much of the attire and clothing we have been witnessing has been to those who claim to be Torah observant, but yet disregarding the very thing which comes out of their mouths as it relates to not wearing anything with any likeness from heaven above, or shamanim, as some may say. So many who say that they're Torah observant, yet they wear garments with labels and imagery. These are walking contradictions, hypocrites in more ways than many. I realize these words may seem hard or harsh. Some may even say this message does not show any love. Search the scriptures, my brothers and sisters. Pray and watch. Proof will come. If we fail to examine ourselves regarding attire and clothing, we will find ourselves contributing in many cases to idolatry. In some cases, some are unaware. Attire and clothing can be like a mask or camouflage, causing distractions and fueling deceit while promoting a disguise. Allow me to present two definitions of camouflage: concealment by means of disguise, or behavior or artifice designed to deceive or hide. You see, many people wear these so-called Hebrew garments and want attention, discussion on the Hebrew garb, on whether it's right or wrong, or whether you should be wearing tassels or fringes, whether you should have a blue cord or not. More discussion on that than on worshiping and obeying the Most High Father, more than even paying attention to the living voice of the Spirit of Yahushua. Do you think gold is valuable? Would you consider having a large amount of cash in your possession to be something of value? What extremes will you go to protect your prized possessions? My brothers and sisters, should we not begin to look at life and time as something of value? With these questions posed, consider the time that's being consumed by words that generate discussions such as, where did you get those garments? Where did you purchase that jewelry? I feel bad I can't wear my Hebrew garments to work. Where can I get that? Is there a right color? My brothers and sisters, these and many diverse conversations have taken place regarding the wickedness and erroneous practices of wearing garments with graven images, with images that we were ordered to keep off our bodies and to keep away from, period. Newly converts, those who are coming into the truth, are torn, not sure whether they should wear tassels or fringes, whether it should be a blue cord or not. Yes, they are torn between moving in obedience as a result of these wicked practices of wearing so-called Hebrew garments. Our attire and clothing, my brothers and sisters, should be modest, non-revealing, not tight, but simple. While we are in captivity, we will face challenges along the way, but the Spirit of Yahushua will instruct and guide us through what is expected in the coming days regarding our attire and clothing. The things that cause division among those to worship and obey who are willing to come away from wicked practice will be a thing of the past. These end times will prove to remove anything that is unrighteous. Yes, pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Prepare, for the 144,000 in multitude will be refined, will be perfected in orders, not suggestions. Real commands are and will continue to be given. Choose wisely your response to these words, your response to the matters of attire and clothing. Remember, in the coming days, we will witness those who seek to worship and obey, those willing to forsake anything proven to be wicked versus those who hold on to vanity and erroneous practice. Pray and watch. There will be many disappointing individuals removed who thought they would be among the ranks in end times, only to discover rejection for refusing to obey. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. All scriptures will be fulfilled, and the obedient will become visible. The plan belongs to the Most High Father Yahuwah, and right rulings and judgments will be executed regarding attire and clothing. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, make wise decisions, choose wisely on this matter. Until next time, stay tuned as the series continues, Man's Final Steps. Until next time, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.